Halal Abanawa Shabashamayim, Yahweh Bahasham, Hamashiach Yahawashai, Kwam Yasha Allah, Kwam Yasha Allah. All praises to our Father which is in heaven, Yahweh, in the name of whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Rise Israel, rise Israel. Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam, that is scattered all over the four corners of the earth. My name is Yahweh Hawa Yara. And what I want to do is I want to ask a question to all my Abarium. That being said, all right. Now, I said it like that on purpose. The reason why I did that is because when you bring up truth, sometimes you got to meet brothers where they at. I understand that. And I know and understand that we as a people have been indoctrinated. That being said, there's a question I want to ask. All right. So most Akim would read this as Yahweh. And this one here, Yahweh Shai. Most Akim would read this as Abaga Dahawa Ka. Then I'm sorry, Za Ka Ta Ya Ka La Mana. Then we have the word Sa I Pa Taza Kwa Ra Sha and Tha. I had a tongue twist. Sorry about that. We would say that these are all A-class vowels, that basically what we're reading, when we're reading this language, it makes all A-class vowels, if you will. Now, that being said, I want to go ahead and move to the next screen real quick. Let me share this real quick. Here. Okay. Now, this is what most of you all would know as Barashayah. All right. So I'll read first and then I'll translate. So this would be Barashayah Bara Alahayam Av Hashamayim Wa Av Ha'aratazah. So this is what, again, this will be Barashayah Bara Alahayam Av Hashamayim Wa Av Ha'aratazah. Now, for those of you who read a little slow or slower, I'll read it slow. Barashayah Bara Allah Hayam. All right. Hashamayam wa ha'aratazah. All right. Now, so I'm gonna read this line 2 as wa ha'aratazah. All right. Then I'll read this as haita. All right. The next word they'll read this as tahawa. Tahawa. Tahawa is how they'll read that. Then the next one here, they would read this as what? Wa bahawa. All right. Wa ba wahawa. Sorry, apologize. Then they'll read this one here. Some of you who read the biblical Hebrew, you read this as vehoshech, but they will read this as wa hashach. All right. Now, or they will read this as wa wakawa shakak ayal, al, if you will. In this particular one, they have well, I can deal with that on a different day. There's a reason why I'm going to pause on this, because I really want to ask a question to you Akim out there. I really do. But anyway, you would read this as ha mayam. And what I'll do is I'll stop here. Now, for those of you who are used to this style of Hebrew, this one here, Genesis 1. All right, cool. You all will read this as Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. All right. And the line 2 that I had just read was V'haaretz hayta tohu v'vahu v'hoshech al pinei tehum v'ruach Elohim marafe al pinei hamayim. Now, going back to what I want to share originally. All right. Let's go back. Hold on 1 second, guys. Having a little difficulties. Here we go. Boom. Now, the reason why I am sharing this is because I made a post about LASHAWAN QADASH, and I proposed a question. I noticed that nobody answered the question. All people did was dance, duck, dodge the questions, name called, reverse psychology, but nobody dealt with the information that was asked. All right. So for all you brothers that read or speak LASHAWAN QADASH, you're the ones that call halal Yahweh Ba'asham Mashiach Yahweh Shah Barakatah Kwam Yasha'Allah, etc. I want to read something, a post that I made. All right. It's a post that I made. And I want you to listen with an open mind, because there's things that just have yet to be addressed in the nation. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to show you what I said in the post. I said LASHAWAN QADASH, fake Hebrew baby talk versus biblical Hebrew. I said, when you ask for proof that it made the ha, da, wa, za talk. All right. This is what you know as the ha, da, wa, za talk. Is what I basically said here, guys. I said, in the ancient world, at least before the Masoretic period, all right, when the Masoretes came along the scene, I said, the first thing they do, pay attention, guys, they ask setup questions. Meaning, instead of dealing with what is asked, well, how do we know it made these sounds? You know what they do? They ask you questions. Just give the information. I said, and there's the next thing they do. They'll point out the Hebrew that you read. And I put topic to change. So in other words, those who read this style of Hebrew here, let me pull it up real quick. For thou. Those who read this here. Most people think, like most people in the community think, that this is called Yiddish. Now, they don't know that Yiddish is just Hebrew words with a German accent. It's not technically a language. And if you ever want to know if I'm telling the truth, go to like a Jewish person and ask them if they speak Hebrew. If they say yes, then turn around and ask them, do you speak Yiddish? And ask them, what is the difference between Yiddish and Hebrew? Although they do not read or may not understand LASHAWAN QADASH, just ask them. Just ask them. Ask them. And that being said, let me go back to what I'm saying here. Now, meanwhile, most people have a concordance, and it has the same style of Hebrew that I just showed you here. But anyway, this is what else they do. They show no proof and get upset and never want to just let the information speak for itself. All they got is memes. Hold on, wait. Listen to what I said. All they got is memes. Memes. Guess what else I said? Phone apps and setup questions and topic changing. Because what they'll do is they'll downplay other dialects of Hebrew and other styles of Hebrew to get the attention off of the fact that they can't produce the evidence that you're asking them to produce. Can't do it. This is what else I said. Listen up, guys. Where is the primary evidence? Not some meme, not some video that someone else did. You, if you're speaking it, reading it, or promoting it or teaching it, What evidence do you have? Don't send us to someone else's video that someone else did and tell me what they said. No, what do you say? Tell me what they told you and then produce the evidence. But I'm going somewhere with this. This is what I said. I said, where is the primary evidence of the ancient Hebrew names of the Most High? Was Yahweh or Yahweh Shai without asking me a question. Just show the proof. That's all I'm asking. I said, then show me which Hebrew Bible you actually reading. So in other words, if you're going to engage in this topic, be prepared to have a Hebrew Bible. Because I'm going to ask you, where's the one you have? All right, I get what that video said. I get what that brother told you, what that Akim told you. Which one you got? Which one you read? Without changing the topic, without the name calling, without the gaslighting, without the reverse psychology, without the fear tactics, just the information. I said, then show me which Hebrew Bible you're reading and have in your possession, and show me what it says in the Hebrew that you have. If it predates, watch this, let's just say before 1959. Just show me one, meaning show me an ancient Hebrew Bible that you have that was before 1959. And I said, this is me being nice with such a request. Now, granted, those who speak English would say, well, you got to get the King James 1611 edition Bible, right? In other words, you all would say to most people, hey, don't get that King James Version Bible. Don't have the Apocrypha in it. Get the 1611. So you make them go back further in time to get the original. Now I'm asking you, Akim, out there, can you show me a Bible that predates 1959? I said, don't change the topic. Now, listen, y'all. We all might not agree, but look, don't change the topic. Don't even ask me nothing. No, this is you being in the hot seat now. So in other words, in this particular video, I'm saying, don't ask me nothing. Just show the information. Allow me to question it. And you defend it. I will read, I ain't gotta read that part. I said, Yahweh Ba'Shem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is fake Hebrew. I love how it sounds, and I still do. I've always have. Yes, I'm on record saying I love how it sounds. I do. I definitely do. I said, however, I know that I have yet to see evidence of the sounds being this. Even when you say Bahasham, which you all think it means in the name, you don't know that when you say Bahasham, you're saying in the name. Ba technically means in the, when you deal with the preposition bait, or what you call ba or bayah. It means in the already. Then when you use the definite article hey in Hebrew, that's ha. That would mean the. Sham would be name. I'm saying it in a dialect that you can understand. So instead of saying Basham, you say Bahasham. But that's another topic, though. I said, however, that just went over many people's heads, so I'm gonna leave that Basham versus Bahasham talk alone. But how you gonna say the word the twice and not even know it? So what I did was, let me see if I can find it real quick, ladies and gents. I think I still may have it. Yep, here it is right here. All right, give me 1 second, ladies and gents. Okay, I got my thumbnail there. And here we go. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to put both the pictures together. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Okay, well, We'll just work with what we got. It won't let me do it. So what I'll do is I'll just make the screen bigger here. Here we go. So this is what I had here. So I put here Yahweh, not in the Bible. Now, before I do, let me also show something as well. 1 second. I want to pull something up as well, guys. Let me make my screen bigger. I don't know if it's going to allow me to do that. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Here we go. Boom. Guess it allows me to do that. Okay, great. We are, hey, we're doing good here. Okay, so this is what I said here, and I'm just giving you all a brief synopsis of why some of these things are bothering me. So I use this style of Hebrew, which you all call Yiddish, which is not Yiddish, it's biblical Hebrew. Look, fun fact, there was a difference between Yiddish, modern Hebrew, and biblical Hebrew. There is a difference. That is hard for many of you all to receive. But believe it or not, modern Hebrew and biblical Hebrew and also Yiddish, although they look alike and the characters look alike, the rules are all not the same. The pronunciations of the words are all not the same. And it is literally not identical. So when you all say that's modern Hebrew, you're technically wrong. When you're saying that those who have this Bible here and saying that it's Yiddish, you're technically wrong. Technically. But I don't want to go into much into that because I kind of want to stay on track with where I'm going with this. So this is a meme that I made. You see at the bottom in blue, it says Me'et Yehuda Hayora. All right. So you all read this as Ma'ath Yahawada Hawa. I'm sorry, Hayarawa. You know what I'm saying? So, or Hayawara, if you will. So here you have what you all will call Yahweh. And if you see these vowel points here, this is called a kamat. It makes a sound, if you will. I said that this is not in the Bible. I said this is made up Hebrew. This is a made up Hebrew dialect. I'm not saying that Hebrew is made up or the style of Hebrew that you deal with is made up. Only the dialect, the accent is what I'm saying. I said it's fake and it's no proof, such as what? An ancient Hebrew systems that sounds like this baby da ha ga talk. What I mean by that is there is no system that we can find that would predate the 1960s that show that every word was basically a class vowel, with the exception of what you call I, which I would call ayin, all right, which is the Hebrew word for I. It's also the Hebrew word for color. If you look at Daniel 10, verse 5 and 6, where it talks about like in color, to polish brass, look the word color up and then it'll show you the word ayin. Oh, guess what you're gonna look it up at? In the concordance, the same with the same style of Hebrew that you down. But that being said, let's go back real quick. All right. If I can turn my camera, I don't even need that. So I said this is a made up Hebrew dialect. I said it's fake and there's no proof of such an ancient Hebrew system that sounds like this baby da ha ga talk. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, when I said the baby da ha ga talk, if you refer back to hold on 1 second, ladies and gents. If you refer back to this, hold on, wait. I don't know why it's not showing. Hold on 1 second, guys. Give me a second. I'm having some difficulties with this screen share. Let's try this. Well, it's not letting me do it. So what I'll do is I'll just go refer back to the chart that I gave you all earlier. It has the ancient Hebrew there, but it also has the fake dialect. That would be the dialect, hey, Gamel talk, basically, or what you would call the da or Dalah. Ha, and Gamal, talk. The next one I have here is Yehovah. Now, this is the letter Yod, and this is called a vocal Shava. It makes sound. Yeah, and then you have the hey, or what you would call the ha. Then you have the vav, but up top you have the dot up top. That's called a cholam, cholam. But you also have the kamat, which is a class vowel, and it makes ah sound. So you sound this out, yeah, ho, va, or the vav. Now let me show you something. We know that the vav, we can prove that is also known as wa. That one can be a class. It can have a V sound or a w sound. That's how you may hear people say wa ha'arataza, and the earth, if you will, or and the land, or ve'haaretz. So that being said, let me go back. This one here, and I'm showing here in the concordance, it says Yehovah as well. Then I go to the next one. As you see, I'm going from right to left. Yahawashai. I said, that's not in the Bible. But then I go over, I'm still on the same topic, Yehoshua. Yehoshua, now you know that's in the Bible. That's what you know as Joshua, which is the same name as what you would say, who we ignorantly call Jesus Christ today. Joshua and Jesus has the same name. I'm sure you all know that, so I don't have to go into that. Then we have Yeshua, which is salvation, of course. I said that's in the Bible, and I use Matthew chapter 1, verse 1 in Hebrew as an example, which says, Sefer to the Yeshua HaMashiach ben David ben Avraham, and then it has Abraham again. So Sefer is a book, Todot is the lineage. Then you have Yeshua highlighted in blue, or who you know as Yehoshua, or Jesus, if you will, or Yahawashah, if you will. But it says Hamashiach, or who you call Amashiach, Bandawada, who you call Ben David or Ben David, Ben Avraham, the son of Abraham. So I use that as an example. Then under it, well, hold on, before I do, the next you have the Kamats, A-class vowels of what? Oh, wait, let me go back to Yehoshua real quick. You see the cholam right here in the middle, that makes O class. Then you see those three dots under this letter shin, which you call a shah. That's called kibbutz. It makes oo sound. Then at the little minus looking sign right there, guys, that's called a patah. It makes sound, like bat, cat, mat, hat, if you will. So Yehoshua, technically. Here is Yeshua. So this is the one that looks like this one over here. That vowel right there, but this is called a sharuk. It's U class vowel. It makes U, ooh. Then you have the ayin, which you call I, but it has a ayin is technically silent, but it has a patach at the bottom, and it makes a sound. Say Yeshua, technically, or what we would call Yeshua. This here is the fake example that we've been indoctrinated. Yahawashai. And the reason why I'm saying that, because it's not found in any Bible that predates 1959 at all. But we can find it in things like this, like these memes right here, right? Which has the Abba, Gada, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, Lamana, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. We see that here. So I'm not denouncing the shapes of the letters in either style of Hebrew, but I am questioning what you call LASHAWAN QADASH. I am questioning if you have any evidence, any primary evidence that predates 1959. And I'm being nice when I'm saying that, because I really want to say, look, matter of fact, yeah, well, are you just really gung-ho on it? Show me some proof before 1611. I mean, you all tell people, hey, well, get the 1611 edition King James Version Bible. Well, okay, well, show me a or show me a Hebrew Bible in 1611 or earlier that has the shapes of the letters and prove that it makes those sounds. Who did it make those sounds? Because what I'm looking at is made up. It's a made up Hebrew dialect. I love how it sounds. Sounds good. Sounds correct. But is it? And if it is, what proof do you have that predates the 1960s? As far as I'm concerned, this goes back between 1968, 1969-ish. That means that what you call LASHAWAN QADASH, the holy of pure tongue, which I would call LASHAWAN QADASH. That means that LASHAWAN QADASH, the dialect, it is just as old as the Dr. Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech. Think about that. That means around the time that Dr. Martin Luther King died, and may the Most have mercy on his soul, your LASHAWAN QADASH was birthed. When I say your LASHAWAN QADASH, meaning the dialect, the accent. But you know what brothers do when they can't answer these questions directly and just use the information? They name call, they ridicule, they find something that they disagree with you about. They'll point something else out, and then they'll say, what about this and this, that, and this is Yiddish and that modern Hebrew? Okay, just let all that go. But where is the evidence? Where is the facts? Oh, well, I mean, I might not know it, but at the same time, this guy right here makes a video. This one right here, he did this chart, and this one here said this. Well, what about you? You the one arguing it. You the one arguing it. You arguing it. I want to show you something else, ladies and gents. Let's see. Let's go to let's say fiddle to Halim here. So I want to do. All right. That's what I want to do. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna do this on purpose. Check this out what I'm about to do. I got an idea. I know what I'm gonna do. There's a reason why I'm doing this. Because you have a lot of people that be acting like they really, really about this life. And look, if you classify this as Hebrew, cool. But check this out. Anybody who deal with LASHAWAN QADASH, you read the first line, right? I'll read you read the top line. That would be you up top here. This will be me. I'll read this one here, as I read earlier. All right. Sefer to the Yeshua. I'm sorry. Sefer to the Yehoshua. That's what we saw earlier, Joshua. Hamashiach ben David ben Avraham. So we know the meanings don't change, right? You all will get on me for reading this style of Hebrew here. But then, okay, well, look, go ahead and read that line. I'm going to have you to read that line, but I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm not going to tell you what the question I'm going to ask you, though. Not going to tell you. But what I will say is you can find a Hebrew New Testament, and there's a Hebrew Old Testament dealing with what we call LASHAWAN QADASH. What we call that today. We can find these things from what we call Old and for what we call the New Testament. We can find these things, ladies and gents. We can find it. It's not hidden. We can find it. Remember, this is what you call the Old Testament. Slightly different because they have consonants to use to indicate a vowel in here. So check it. Can we find a hard copy of this Bible here, of this that predates 1611? Is it out there? I know there's people that has made them. I know that to be sure. But can we find one that predates Dr. Martin Luther King's speech? Can we find one that predates 1611 or right around 1611? Can we do? Can we find one in the 1800s? Can we? Now, that being said, I want to deal with something else here. The Nikud, or the Nikudot means dots or dots, if you will. All right. For those of you who, oh, well, does it make that, I'm dealing with the vowels, you know, A, E, I, O, U. If you know what these sounds make, If you know what they make, or it can be a silent shava. Chirik, cholam, the sharuk makes the oo, and the kibbutz makes oo, if you will. If you know that, then, matter of fact, I'm going to hold on that. I'm doing it on purpose. Doing it on purpose. And let me tell you why. Because at the end of the day, it's not about this style of Hebrew. I don't want to make it about that. I really want to make it about what we call LASHAWAN QADASH. I want to shine a flashlight on that. So I'm going to hold off on it. So just disregard that last part. But I need to know, brothers out there, right? Hold on 1 second. You brothers out there. For example, Sefer Samot. We'll go to Kaf. This is how I would read this. Excuse me. Vaydaber Elohim et kod havrim halelemor. Line 2. Anaki Yehoah Eloheka asher zistika meretz misraim mibe avadim. Line 3. Lo yelecha Elohim achrim al panaya. Line 4. Lo ti ta'aseh lecha fesel v'kal tamun asher b'shamayim ma'av asher ba'aretz mitakat v'asher b'mayim mitakat la'aretz. Line hey or 5. Lo ti tachaveh lahem v'lo ti avdin ki anaki Yehovah Elohecha. El chana poker ayon avot al banim al sheleshim v'al rebeim lesonaim. Line 6. Ve'oseh chesed le'alafim lehu avai. I'm sorry. Ve'oseh chesed le'alafim lehu avai ulu shamrei mitzvotai. Line 7. Lo tisa et shim Yehovah Elohecha. Lesa ki et Yanakeh Yehovah et asher yisa et shemo l'shai. Line 8 or ka, or what you call 8. Zakur et Yom HaShabbat Lechasho. Line 9. Shishet Yamin Ta'avod Va'asita Kol Melachsecha. Line 10. Vayom Hashvi'i Shabbat LeYehovah Elohecha. Lo Ta'aseh Kol Melacha Ata Uvinka Uvitecha Abdeka Va'amatka Uvhimtecha Ve'gerecha Asher Bish Areka. I'll get a few more. I'll get one more. Ki Shishet Yamim Asa Yehovah et Hashemayim Ve'et Ha'aretz et Hayom Va'et Kol Asher Bam Vayanach Bayom Hasvi'i Al Chin Berak Yehovah et Yom HaShabbat V'chad Shehu. All right. So, I'll just get one more. Okay. Kabed ed avika ve'et imeka lama'an ya'arikun yemecha al ha'adama asher Yehovah Eloheka noten lach. All right. So, when you have these things like lo tirza, lo tanaf, lo tignov, lo ta'aneh, bera'echa, ad shakir. When you have these things, ladies and gents, go into your LASHAWAN QADASH Bible that predates 1959. Read it. Show the proof that predates 1959. Show it. Like, meaning, like, go show us some the rules, how it works. Because if your elders taught you in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and all the way up until today, surely they got the information from somewhere. Where'd they get it from? That's all I'm asking. Give me a book that predates 1959. That predates 1959, or at least from 1611 to 1959. Show it where it teaches on the language, where it has these things at. Don't show no meme, nobody else videos, just you. Don't change no topic, even if you don't agree with the style of Hebrew that I read that you classify as Yiddish. Just let the information speak. Can you do it without changing the topic? And I have lots of questions that I have not asked, but I kind of just want to plant the seed. But if you go back to a lot of these people and ask them, hey, look, I know we deal with the LASHAWAN QADASH, what we call holy and pure tongue. However, is there any proof that predates this without a meme, without a YouTube video, without a dry eraser board? Because you know how y'all like to do, without a dry eraser board. Is there any literature, any text that we could go into? Is there a Hebrew Bible that you read, since you teach that predates 1959 and 6 and 11 that we can go and read? Can we see anything with dealing with the sounds that it made? You know what I'm saying? So where? So all I'm asking is where? Is it around? Look, if you want to use LASHAWAN QADASH, have at it. But is that the sounds that it made in the ancient world? I have yet to find that answer. I've yet to find that answer. And I want to know, where can we find it? Where can we find it? And why is everybody getting so mad that you bring this topic up? Now, I'm not talking about those of you who are just learning and, you know what I'm saying, and you heard these things. I'm talking about you, Akim, out there who tell people this is LASHAWAN QADASH, this is the holy and pure tongue, this is the holy language, this is the holy dialect. This here, it made the all A class vowels. Show me that. Where you reading that proof at? And it better predate Dr. Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech. It better predate that. I was talking to a good brother of mine, man, and the brother saw where I was coming from in this. And one of the things my brother brought up was Sefer Bereshith, or Genesis 12. And is one of Yehovah El Avram Lech Lecha Me Arzecha. No, that's not this. I think it's line 2. Yes, I'll read this slow. It says, Ve'eshcha legoy gedal, and this word right here, va avarecha. You have that word and this word here. I'm sorry, hold on, I'm tripping. Va avarecha. Sorry about that. And va agad lach. I read that slow on purpose. So that little minus sign under there, that's called a patach. It makes a class vowel, like a, ba, hat. Like I was kind of telling you earlier, hat, bat, cat. And then you have under the what you call ba, it has like a little plus sign right there. That's called a kamatz, and that makes ah sound. So we can see in some cases where we have A class vowels, short a long a versus ah. You all use long class A vowels. Ah, ba, ga, da, not a, ba, da, ha, ga. You don't use that. So those are two different A class vowels, if you will. One is short A, one is long A. Ah, eh. Ah, eh. Where is the proof, y'all? Look, if you want to say, hey, look, we just gonna say it like this, cool. But stop condemning other brothers when you know you ain't got the proof. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. There's other things I'm gonna bring out in the future, but I think I'm gonna make this part 1. I want to simplify this. And you know what I may do? If anybody watching this, if y'all find anybody else out there that is maybe familiar with the Hebrew language that have exposed what I'm bringing out now, send me that. I may share the footage in part 2 as well. Send it to me. Also, if you're really a person of truth, don't listen to what nobody else say. Go to somebody, right? I really want y'all to find a Jewish person. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm saying them is because they ain't got no dog in the fight. Or find a brother, a brother who might not either be in the truth, or you know what? Find a brother that's maybe non-messianic, who we call non-messianic. They ain't got no dog in this fight. Ask them this style of Hebrew here, like those that can actually read it. Ask them, is there a difference between this biblical Hebrew and Yiddish? And just see what they say. Hell, go on YouTube and see if we can find something Yiddish versus Hebrew. Let me see something real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Yiddish versus Hebrew. Okay.
The future is.
So what most don't know, it's similar, but not the same. So check it. Let's see what we got here.
So I can talk to grandma. To make it into a video because I've had this question before, and maybe it's something that a lot of people are wondering. The question is, are Hebrew and Yiddish similar, or are Hebrew and Yiddish kind of the same language? The answer to that is no, they are different languages.
Oh, did you see that? Different languages.
They're often confused with each other because the Yiddish language is written in the Hebrew alphabet.
So remember earlier, I was telling you that it's Hebrew words with a German accent or like a Polish accent, depends.
In the same way that Farsi or Urdu are written in the Arabic alphabet, or that German is written in the Roman alphabet, just like English is. So someone who doesn't read that script might look at it and think that it's the same language. But Hebrew and Yiddish are different.
This is a fact. I agree 100%. 100% fact.
Another reason they might be confused is that they're both related to Jewish people. But they're related to Jewish people in different ways. So Hebrew is the old language of the Bible, of the Old Testament, or the Hebrew Bible, as they would call it, the Torah. And it's also been a literary language of Jews throughout the centuries, often for religious purposes or literary reasons they would write in Hebrew. But it was just a literary language for a long time. It died as a spoken language. But Yiddish was spoken by Jews in Europe. And it's the language it's mostly related to is German. It's kind of a medieval form of German. But I understand.
Hold on, wait. Did y'all hear that? Didn't I just tell y'all that earlier? Hold on. Listen to this.
Medieval form of German. And it's the language it's mostly related to is German. It's kind of a medieval form of German. But I understand that to some extent, Yiddish speakers can communicate with German speakers. And
Yiddish speakers can communicate with German speakers. See that? Watch this.
They can understand each other, not fully, but to some extent.
Why is that? Because it's a German accent and they have German words. Now get this, just like in some cases, where I'm at, here we go. 1 second, guys. There we go. In some cases, I can understand some words in the Yiddish dialect, but not always, because it's not the same. So look, just do some research, guys. Just do some research. A lot of people that be saying, oh, that's Yiddish that y'all reading. No, it's not. Go find some people that deal with language and linguistics and see if what I'm saying is the truth. Now, again, if you just look at it on paper, it looks identical. I know that. But when you dive deeper into it, it's not the same. Looks the same, not the same. That would be like, let me go back here. That would be like me reading this as Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz and telling you, well, this is how it sounds. And they'd be like, no, that's not true. I mean, well, yeah, it is, because it looks like this. I'm like, it looks like that, but that's not how it sounds. That's not how it is. You know what I'm saying? So just go do your research. Find some people that speak 100% Yiddish, 100% Hebrew, or that can read it 100%, either one or both, and ask them, is it the exact same? Ask them. You got Yiddish Hebrew Bibles. You have them. You have Hebrew Bibles. But if you don't know the language and you don't know there's a difference, you will never know. You'll never know. It's time for you all to literally wake up. Let me show you something else. Let's do this. Let me show my screen real quick. I just typed in define Yiddish. It says a language used by Jewish people, watch this, in Central and Eastern Europe, watch this, before the Holocaust. It's around World War II. It said it was originally. So guess what, guys? You want to go back to Yiddish origins? Let me make the screen bigger. It said Yiddish was originally, meaning its origins. It was originally the OG. It was originally what? A German dialect, meaning accent, with words from Hebrew and several modern language as it is spoken where? Mainly in the US, Israel, and Russia. So when you look at people from like Russia, German, if you will, even some Poland, they have Hebrew words, but with their accent. They may say Bereshis, Barai Elohim et Heshemem ve'et Eretz, if you will. They may say Shavis Shalom instead of Shabbat Shalom. So, but I want you to dig into that. Even if you don't want to deal with this style of Hebrew, at least you will stop teaching that biblical Hebrew is Yiddish. Once y'all say that, that let me know y'all ain't know what y'all talking about, even if you don't even agree with the style of Hebrew. You automatically disqualify yourself because you already showed me you just repeating what you heard another camp elder or somebody else told you, and you haven't dove deep into it. The person who told you didn't even read that style of Hebrew, and they saw, oh, Yiddish looks like this, Hebrew looks like this. Oh, that must be the same language. Y'all speaking Yiddish. And there's some Jewish people that speak Yiddish, and y'all say, oh, must be them. They speaking that. Oh, we don't deal with that Yiddish. You just dismiss it instead of diving deep into it. It's not Yiddish. It's not. It's not Yiddish at all. Looks the same, but ain't the same. So at least stop saying you're reading Yiddish, because I'm not. I don't deal with Yiddish either. I'm not too familiar with the German accents, German words, etc. I ain't really familiar with that. But you put biblical Hebrew in front of me, I could deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Let me show you one more thing as well here. Where we at? Keep forgetting to share my screen. Sorry about that. This is what I was reading earlier, guys. Yeah. Habisora Hakadosha al Pi Matai Perek Aleph. That's the Holy Gospel according to the account of Matthew. All right. So when you go here, Barik Hadashah, Yochanan, let's see here. 1 second here. Example. So up top, you read Habasora Hakadosha al Pi Yochanan Perek Yod and Tet. This is the Gospel of John, or the Holy Gospel of John, according to the account of the mouth of John, chapter 19. And when you go to 19, I had just got done speaking about this, I believe. It says, Ufilactos katav al luach, vayasem al hatzluv, vazer dever mik tavo, Yeshua hanusre melech hayhudim. So, letting us know, and Pilate wrote on a tablet or a table, or like on a board, and he put it up on the crucifixion, or what you know as the cross, which is a wood, a stake. And zeh dever mikatov. I'm sorry, miktavo. And this is the thing, that this is the words in which he wrote. Yeshua hanosre. So Jesus the Nazarite, or Jesus the Nazarene, I'm sorry, or Jesus the branch, Melech, which is king, Hayhudim, of the Jews, if you will. So this is what you know as a Hebrew New Testament. They have it. Show me a LASHAWAN QADASH New Testament and prove that it makes these sounds that predates 1611. If y'all saying that Yahushua, he spoke like he would have spoken like this during the time of Yahushua, he spoke like that, and 2,000 years ago they spoke it this way. Okay, well, where's the proof? Where the proof? What a proof. Let's deal with it. Let's deal with it. All right. Let's deal with it. Where we at with this? So this, I might have to do more than one part. But that being said, ladies and gents, hold on, wait 1 second. I gotta minimize some of these windows real quick before I get on up out of here. Oh wait, it ain't gonna let me do it. Oh well. Let me see if it'll let me do it now. Oh, it ain't gonna let me do it. Hold on. Here we go. I got an idea now. It might work now. Okay. So we started off with this at the up top. This is what you all call Yahweh, Hawashai, if you will. Again, this is what you call the Abba, Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, again, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Tza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and the Tha. How do we know it made those baby sound talks? Anybody have any evidence that predates Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech? How do we know it made those sounds? Because that's how they get y'all. They'll say right here, this is the first letter in Hebrew, alap, that says ah, you know what I'm saying? And then the next one by Yath, we call ba, gamal, ga, dalaf, da. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, bro, where you get that from? Can you show me a system where it used those things at that predates Dr. Martin Luther King's dream speech? Show me that. Show me that. Anybody got that? That's how they get y'all. They'll hit you with the Abba Gada Hawa Za talk, and they start you there, and they already got you thinking that it made those sounds because they repeated what they've heard people say for many, many, many years. And this is no shot at no camp, no group, no elder, or nobody individually, no individualite, if you will. This is only dealing with what we call LASHAWAN QADASH. Where do those sounds originate? I'm not, look, even in the Jehovah Witness Bible, because some brother came talking this, oh, the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? And he showed me this picture. And I ain't even going to expose dude because it ain't personal, because he just repeating what he hear other people say. So if you get the Jehovah Witness Bible, look at this. In section A as an apple and 4 in the back of their book, section A4, the divine name, when you go here, you see here, it's right here in the Jehovah Witness Bible, right? So we can see that, right? So I'm not disregarding the shapes. This right here, it says, this is what it says right here. I'm about to show you right here. The scroll here. It says, experts from Psalms in the Dead Sea Scroll dated to the first half of the 1st century CE, which is Common Era. The text is in the style of Hebrew letters commonly used after the Babylonian exile, which predates Yiddish. It didn't exist during this time. Oh, so then it says, but the tetragrammaton, that tetragrammaton means the 4 letters, if you will, appears repeatedly, distinctively ancient Hebrew letters. So we see this here, right? And we see the tetragrammaton, the 4 letters, which is who you all call Yahweh. That's the name of the Father in the tetragrammaton, right here in the book of Psalms. If you have, all right. You even see down here where my finger at up top. Hold on, wait, where we at? Let me see. Hold on. Do I got something to point at? Matter of fact, you Hebrews and readers can see it. Yeah, it says Va'aseh right up top. Va'aseh, you can see that right there. And do means to make it to fashion, if you will. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, look, so when y'all bring this out, look, Jehovah Witnesses know that. That's in a book. It's in a book. But can you show, when y'all showing that, okay, well, show me the proof of the sounds. Since y'all want to go into all these ancient things, show me the proof of the sounds. During the time of the Dead Sea Scrolls, prove that it made those sounds. Let's deal with that. So I just wanted to kind of touch bases on this. Look, whatever dialect you want to deal with at the end of the day, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But you even hear me saying it. But if somebody come up and ask me, say, well, do you have any proof that it made those sounds thousands of years ago? No, I don't. Have you ever seen any proof? No, I haven't. Only thing I've seen is from the 1960s. Before that, before Dr. King's speech, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's my question to you all. And I have other questions as well. But again, you all get so mad. Man, laughing emojis, trash talk. I know why y'all doing that. You know, when y'all out on the street, oh, my name is Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, how do you know that it made that sound thousands of years ago? How do you know that? My name is Yahweh, not Yosef or Joseph. There was no J. Okay, well, how do you know it made the sound Yahweh, Joseph? How do you know that? How do you know that? I would like to know that. Yeah. So, that being said, um, I want to say anything else before I close out. Look, when I give you this meme here, ladies and gents, right? Just ask them, well, where's the proof that it made those sounds? We know what the shapes look like. We know that. We know the shapes. No one will refute that. You know what I'm saying? No one will refute that. No one at all. No one will refute that. So, that being said, Allah Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Yahweh Basham, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, Kwam Yasha Allah, Kwam Yasha Allah. Shout out to all the Abarium throughout all the 12, that scattered all over the earth. Some of you will say, Kalal, Yahweh Basham, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, Kwam Yasha Allah. I'm doing this on purpose. Doing this on purpose. I've dealt with that, but I've also pulled away from it. And if you find out what I found out, you might do the same as well. Shalom, as you all would say. You know what I'm saying? So, but to those of you who will read the Hebrew speaker that I speak, I just want to say, I hope you all have paid attention to what I said. And I want you all, like, just in case if anybody comment, I want you to look at what people are going to say. Watch how they're going to be dismissive. Watch how the topic is going to be changed. They'll talk more about the Hebrew dialect that I speak more than versus focusing on proving their point. So to you all, I want to say, Yaki Hamelech Yeshua, Hashachor Mashiach, Asher, Hagdosh Shel Yisrael, Hallelujah Shalom. So in other words, long live the King Yeshua, whom the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ, as y'all would say. So long live the King Yeshua, the Black Messiah, who is the Holy One of Israel. Hallelujah and Shalom.